Methods of division. Division is about finding out how many times one number can be divided by another. It is slightly more complex than multiplication. Key facts. Division involves dividing one number, the dividend, by a second, the divisor. Short division is a useful method when the divisor is a small number. Long division is a useful method when both the dividend and divisor contain at least 2 digits. When dividing with decimals, it is sometimes useful to convert both numbers to whole numbers first. Short division. Short division is commonly used when the number being divided, the dividend, is divided by a number, the divisor, less than 10. If the dividend doesn't divide exactly by the divisor, the amount left over, the remainder, is carried over to the next digit. The result of a division is called the quotient. 1. To divide 753 by 6, start by dividing the first digit in the dividend, 7, by 6. The result is 1 with a remainder of 1. Put 1 directly above the 7 and carry over the remainder. Carry the remainder to the next digit. 2. Move on to the next digit. Because of the remainder being carried over, you are dividing 15 by 6. The result is 2 with a remainder of 3. Add this to the next digit. Carry the remainder to the next digit. 3. Divide 33 by 6. The result is 5 with a remainder of 3. As it doesn't divide exactly, you add a decimal point above and below the line and add a 0 to the dividend. Carry the remainder. Add a decimal point. Add a 0 and carry the remainder. 4. Divide 30 by 6. It divides exactly, so add 5 above the 0 of the dividend after the decimal point. You now have your answer. Short division. Dividing a decimal by a whole number. You can use the same method when dividing a decimal number. Start by adding a decimal point in the quotient just above the decimal point in the dividend. Here you are working out 42.6 divided by 3. 1. Add a decimal in the quotient to line up with the 1 in the dividend. Divide the first digit by the divisor and carry the remainder. 3 goes into 4 once, carrying 1. 2. Move on to the next digit and place the result above the line. 3 goes into 12 exactly 4 times. Then move on to the digit after the decimal point. Since 3 divides into 6 exactly, you have your answer.
Long division. Long division is a method of division that is particularly helpful when working with larger numbers. As with long multiplication, it involves working step by step, carrying over remainders as you go. 1. To divide 450 by 36, begin by dividing 45 by 36. Align 1 with the last digit of the number being divided. 2. Calculate the remainder by subtracting the 36 from the first 2 numbers of the dividend, so 45 minus 36. The remainder is 9, amount left over from the first division. 3. Bring the last digit of the dividend down next to the remainder and divide this by the divisor, so 90 divided by 36. Since 36 goes into 90 twice, add 2 above the line. 4. Work out the amount left over by calculating 90 minus 72 equals 18. 5. There are no more digits in the dividend you can bring down, so add a decimal point and a 0 to the dividend. Bring down the 0 to make 180. 6. Add a decimal point after the 12 and divide 180 by the divisor, so 180 divided by 36. Since 36 goes into 180 exactly 5 times, you now have the answer. Long division involving decimals. A useful way to divide by a number that contains a decimal is to convert both numbers to whole numbers first. You get rid of the decimals by multiplying both numbers by 10, 100, and so on as needed to convert them to whole numbers. Here, you are calculating 52.14 divided by 0.22. 1. First, multiply each number by the same amount to get rid of the decimal places, so the calculation becomes 5,214 divided by 22. Make a quick estimate in order to check the result. 5,000 divided by 20 equals 250. 2. Then apply the long division method. Since 22 goes into 52 twice, add 2 above the line and subtract 44 from 52 to work out the remainder. 3. Bring down the next digit of the dividend and place it next to the remainder. Divide 81 by 22 and place the result above the line. Work out the second remainder by subtracting 66 from 81. 4. Bring down the final digit and divide by the divisor. As 22 goes into 154 exactly 7 times, the division is complete. Because 5,214 divided by 22 will give the same result as 52.14 divided by 0.22, you now have your answer, which is close to your estimate of 250, so is probably correct.